Hello everyone! I'm going to explain the difference between a compressor and a limiter. They work in a similar way, but they have many differences. Later I'm going to explain it in a more practical way, but now I'm going to make the technical way. So, a limiter basically is a compressor with a ratio of infinite, an attack of 0, and a very short release. So this is the technical difference, but now I'm going to explain it to you with an example, so it will be more clear. So this is what I have used in those examples. In the first one I used a compressor, and in the second one I used a limiter, in this case TLS saturated driver, excellent for drums. And now, to make an output level comparison, I'm going to normalize both examples, so in both cases we will have the maximum level without clipping. So I go to Audio, Process, Normalize, 0 dBs, it's the maximum. 0 dBs is the maximum amount of level that will not clip. And now I select the one with the limiter and the same, Process, Normalize, and 0 dBs. And now, just looking at the waveform, we can see that the compressor one is less loud. It's because the compressor works in a way that it leaves some audio peaks, so the maximum level of audio without clipping is lower. And the limiter is different because it doesn't leave any peaks, it cuts all the audio above the threshold we have selected. So now let's compare both audios. And now those drums with the limiter, and you will notice it's a lot louder. It's quite louder than the compressor one. The compressor gives you less audio level before clipping, but it gives more attack to the audio. It gives more, especially in the drums, more bang! More punchy and defined drums. The way the compressor works is all the audio above the threshold we have selected will be reduced by the ratio we have chosen. But it will leave some milliseconds before totally compressing the audio. It's the attack. So these milliseconds without compression is what will give you the punchiness, the attack, the definition of the drums in this case. So if we have selected 9 milliseconds of attack, we will have 9 milliseconds of uncompressed audio with the original audio level, and then the rest of the audio will be compressed, will be reduced. So these 9 milliseconds will be one of the peaks of the audio. That's what gives the drums the punchiness, the definition, the power. And the limiter, what it does is, it cuts all the audio above the threshold we have selected without letting anything above it. No peaks, no nothing, no attack. The attack is almost 0. So if we limit too much, especially in the drums, we will lose a lot of definition, a lot of punchiness, and also maybe a lot of low frequencies. So the compressor gives you more punchiness, but less level, less audio level, and the limiter gives you a lot louder level, but with less definition, with less attack. Limiters are really useful, but if you use them, you have to be very careful because it can make your mix a lot dirtier. So you have to be very careful. And my choice is a mix of both. I first compress the kick drum and the snare especially, and then in the drums I limit all the drums. So I have a detailed and punchy drums, but with the louder level that the limiter gives. It's not easy, it requires a lot of years of experience and knowing what you are doing, but it's possible. So I hope you understood the difference between compressor and limiter, and as usual, see ya! One more time!